going on, everybody? It's your boy, Chris with the Hickory Algorithm. Today we're joined by Savannah,
Hi.
Romeo, and Heatherly Insurance.
Yes.
And we're here today. We're going to talk a little networking. Man, we see each other everywhere.
Everywhere. I love it.
But I wanted to get you on the show because I really wanted to tell the whole world that, man, when we go to networking events, you have this uncanny ability to just talk to anyone.
Yeah.
I'll be looking around the room, and there's Savannah talking to, Country Concrete. And there's Savannah talking, and you just have this great ability to talk to people and make them feel, because I never hear you selling insurance. I never hear, it's just you create, but that's what people want. That's what I want, because when I think of, if someone says I need insurance, you talk to Savannah, because I see the person, not what they're doing. You know what I mean? Because you connect so well with people. What do you attribute that to?
Oh, goodness. I guess just my heart. I just really love people. I love to get to know what makes people tick. I love to know what motivates them. I'd like to know people's why. And I think every time you meet somebody, it doesn't matter what profession there is, it's an adventure. It's like a new book you pick up and you get to learn their story. So I just love people. It doesn't matter what they do, where they're from, who their parent, it doesn't matter. I just love everyone and I love connecting people.
And even like when I go to we connect each other to people, our conversations with each other are so short. Yeah. It's just, hey, Chris, this is so-and-so. I wanted them to meet you. Yes. And it's the same thing with you. It's like, hey, Savannah, I wanted you to meet this person. Yes. And by the time you're turned around and you're, hey, I'm gone. Yeah. Or you're gone. But it's almost like a nice hand, it's like, this is exactly who you want to talk to. Yes. And it's just funny that when the more networking you do and the more people you meet, you don't see, it's not that clean of a handoff sometimes, it's like you're standing there, this is what they do, this is how they write, this is how it can help you. True. And it's just it's such a nice warm referral when I send somebody over to you or you send them over to me. Yes. But how did we, because neither one of us are from Hickory. No. None of, you know what I mean? None of us.
We're transplants.
Right. And just how we vibe whenever we're out there doing the networking things. And what do you think that is? Do you think that's us coming in from out of town, that we sort of lean a little more into the relationships, or you just think that that's just us?
I think it's a little of both. I definitely attribute a lot of my networking to you, because when I came, here from Georgia, I knew nobody. And you were very welcoming. You didn't care where I worked or who I was. You just wanted to know about me. And you were like, it's a new person, they're here. Where are you from? You asked me about my kids. You cared enough to know me. And I think that was monumental to me. And that stuck with me so much, because I was like, I want to be like that when I interact with people. I don't want them to immediately think, oh, Savannah and insurance. I want them to know, hey, Savannah cares about people like Chris does. And that's
why. Dude, you're killing me.
That's why I feel so good referring people to you.
Turn these cameras off. Let me get a little.
I know, I didn't wear waterproof mascara. Hold on. But it's the truth. And I think that's a little of both. I think it's because you came from out of town. Yeah. And so you understand that newness. You understand that awkwardness and how much of a difference it makes when you can connect with someone and just make them feel comfortable. And then I also think it's just your heart. You really care about people and connecting people.
Well, I appreciate that, but I think you're probably the same way. I say exactly the same thing to you, and you're just like, yeah, that's what you know what I mean? You don't think you're doing it when you're doing it. You're just trying to help people and do those things well. Yeah. Man, I tell you what, I'm going to give you a throwback to this. I was thinking about making content one time, and I was like, how can I make content? And I came up with eating a Pop-Tart. And I had this vision that everybody eats their Pop-Tart different. Yeah. And how do you make that fun? And I had a set of rules that it's only business owners, it's only business owners, it's only business owners. And it was, but then I met you. Yes. And I was like, she has to, I talked to you about the idea, and you're like, Chris, this is great. And I was like, great. You gotta come. And I think at that moment, something changed, right? Something was like, okay, she came, you brought your kids, I had my kids there, they ended up going to the same schools, they ended up doing, the connect, I always corny with connective tissue. Like if it's there, we have to strengthen it, right? You have to.
Yeah.
And then when you told me the way you eat your Pop-Tart, I was like, I don't know if I can put this woman on camera.
I think everybody messaged me afterwards and was like, are you the person that is keeping the unfrosted in the stores? And I'm like, yes, I am.
No one's eating unfrosted Pop-Tarts except, and then you said it, and I couldn't believe how you said, did you eat it with butter too?
Yeah, toasted, unfrosted strawberry with a little bit of butter.
So, it's fun. I would have never have thought that ever, but once you kept talking about butter and like putting butter on it, I was like, I gotta give this a go. And then
changed your life,
right? Right, it really did.
It's eye opening.
All of a sudden, like me, the kids. Now I'm lathering up 4 Pop-Tarts with butter, but it's a game changer.
It is.
And that's the beauty thing of networking. Is we're sitting here talking about networking, and it goes off to how we eat our Pop-Tarts.
Yes.
Because us talking and just getting to know each other, you can start doing things like that, and really getting to know the person.
Yeah, and then how creative, and that's why I refer people to you too, because I tell them, you have all of this that you can help them with on their business level, but you do so much more too on a personal level. Those articles that you send out on emails are powerful, Chris.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm happy someone's reading them.
I read
You're the
every
only one
single one. I heart them every time. I read every single one. It may not be the same day, but I will hold that email 2-3 days until I can get a chance to read it. And it really is impactful. You really do have such motivational speeches that business owners can implement in their businesses, they can implement in their personal lives, and their networking lives, and then parenting. I mean, you talk about children, you talk about our community, you uplift our local sports. You just get so much when you deal with you on a business level, on a professional level, and personal. It's just, you really are a true gem.
Oh, I appreciate it, and I didn't pay you anything.
No payment needed. No payment needed.
We do have to do lunch, though.
The truth is free.
right.
The truth is free.
But I appreciate that, and I'm happy someone's reading them, and you've always been, you comment, you like every single one, and there'll be weeks where I'll send something out, and it goes to 600 email addresses, right? But I'll get crickets, and it's like, and I'm not writing for anybody, I'm writing for myself,
right?
But if you had to choose between people liking it and not liking it, you're gonna pick people liking it, right?
Of course.
And I'm telling you, man, every week, whether it's a Monday, whatever day it is, you at least there's a heart on there. There's a comment, you liked it, and that means a lot to me. It really does, and I appreciate you for that. And I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Oh no. Okay.
Will you write an article for me and go in the newsletter?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
anything you want.
I would never say no. Yes, I would love
whatever
to.
you want, man. Because I think that I think people just getting to know you a little bit more is.
Yeah.
They need to.
Well, that one that you talked about with the door, that one was so impactful to me. I still remember that one. And I send that out to those shy people in the business networks that I'm trying to get, connected, trying to get them to come to the chamber, trying to get them to the social events. I send that to them.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Because I'm like, you're not alone, I'm like, this is a business owner himself that this is from his heart. I was like, and it touched me. It is so impactful, your words that you say. And just like you said, you don't do it for an audience.
No,
you just put it out there because you know that somebody else can relate, and that's why you're such a person. You're such an amazing person because of that. We don't do it to get anything out.
No,
we just put it out there to help.
And the world will choose. If it helps them, it helps them. I appreciate that.
Well,
and it's funny. My wife, man, she I think I drive her a little crazy because a lot of the art in my house, they're pictures of doors. There was a book called The Dark Tower by Stephen King, and it was the doors. Every single book, it could go through time and different places in the world. And I love that concept that when you're walking to somebody's house for the first time, there's that thought in your head, what am I walking into?
Yeah.
And networking is a lot like that. The hardest part, going to the gym, is walking through the door. Because once you're in there, you gotta do it, right? And that's the hardest part, is walking through that door. So I always like the art of doors, the unknown of it, and where is it gonna take you? It might take you to a room where you leave it. We've all had networking events where we're like, that wasn't my best showing, what I mean? Where it's that was a rough conversation there, and we all have that. But sometimes you leave there with a connection like you, or with John, or with anybody. You're like, I wonder where this is gonna go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
yeah.
just but you have to be able to tackle the unknown. You have to be able to do it. So when you network, it matters. I try to get a group. Not because, look at Chris and the people we walked in with.
Yeah, no.
I'm doing it for me.
Support.
Like, I'm doing it so that when I'm networking around, it brings me so much calm when I look around the room and I see, okay, there's Savannah, right? Yes. And not even if we don't talk, even if it's just a hug, see you, and then you go off. It's just like you look around that room when you're networking and you see Savannah, you see John, you see Stephanie, and you're like, okay. And by the end of the time, when everyone's done networking, because everybody has that battery, right? Sometimes you're just like, but at the end of it, it's sort of, you find each other, right?
Yeah.
Like once everybody's sort of done their thing and it's been 45 minutes or whatever, it's like you stop, you look around, and there's all the people you came with.
Yeah.
And I think that I didn't expect that at all when I started networking and really promoting, but those relationships, I mean, you've got a lot of good friends out of doing it. And I think that if you go into networking thinking, well, this is $1,300 or this group is that, you're missing the boat, right? You're completely missing what you're trying to do. And it is transactional, and a lot of people treat it transactional because you're going for business. But if you make the business secondary and you're like, I want to go to this because so-and-so sent me a text saying they're going to be there. And if they say, are you going to be there? It's like they're asking you for help. They're not telling you that, but they're like, if you're there, that helps me.
Yes.
And I just think that network, I think that's the best way to network. Have you found any other ways to do you have any pointers for people networking?
I would definitely say just get out there.
Yeah.
It is definitely the scariest part. Like you said, I have a good gym joke for that. So there's a joke that says, I joined the gym for 6 months and I haven't seen any results. So I'm going to go up there tomorrow and see what's going on.
That is pretty good.
It's a good joke.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like we can say that we're going to do it all day long. And then sometimes people show up, right? And their heart's not in it. And that you're not going to get anything out of it then. So I think it's just finding that positivity of the paradigm shift and the mentality of it. I have to go networking today. I have to go change that. I get to go meet somebody new today. I have no idea who I'm going to meet today. How exciting.
Right. And but you know what really helps with that? Savannah's going to be there.
Yes.
John's going to be
Yeah.
there. These people are going to be there. So now it's
Yes.
like worst case scenario.
Yeah.
I see my buddies.
True.
Really.
Very true.
And it's like
Yes.
now all of a sudden you're not networking. Now all of a sudden you're hanging out and maybe you'll meet some new people. And if you have that mindset, and believe me, it's a hard kind of switch because you're going for business.
Yeah.
But if you make that switch, you can walk through any door, man. Talk to anybody because you go in there like you've already won. You've already walked through the door. It's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got any more tips? Because I think that's all I got is do it together.
Yeah, I love that, and just be positive about it. Definitely having someone as a support is nice, and having that mentality that it's an asset, not a threat. No matter who you meet, if you meet somebody else, like if I meet somebody else in the insurance world, I'm excited. Some people are like, oh, okay. I'm not. I'm excited. I'm like, hey, you do what I do. Oh my gosh, we can relate. Like you automatically have a connection with someone, and you don't know how you can help that person. Maybe that person has some tips that you can share. I've been licensed for 10 years, so I'm willing to tell all my secrets, and I love anybody that's willing to tell me theirs because it's all about growth.
Right.
Life is all about what you give, not what you get, because you can't take it with you when you're gone.
Right. It's funny, you said that every networking group I go to has at least, I say a dozen, it's not a dozen, but it always it's full of insurance people, right? And a lot of those, and a lot of networking, it's a line in the sand. It's like, I do this, and you also do this, so therefore we cannot coexist, all right? And that's the way it is sometimes. And my favorite story to tell about that is when I was in B&I, there was a girl that did cruises and did travel agencies. Yeah. And another travel agent came in. And I remember the looks back and forth, and it was just sort of like, ooh, like this isn't. But they started talking. In 30 seconds, they talk to you, what do you specialize in anything? I specialize in Disney. Oh my God, I hate Disney. And it's like, that's what we've been trying to say. Like, it's not so cutthroat. It's like, if she refers to you Disney and then you like doing cruises or, you like doing the Caribbean, it's like, but you gotta talk to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of thinking they are just straight up your enemy.
No.
And now, I see them communicating back and forth on social media, so that means they've had a healthy relationship, whereas the first initial thought is, why would I go there? There's another one in my industry, why would I go? But it's like, if you talk to them.
Yeah, you don't know. And like with insurance too, we all have different carriers.
Right.
So I have an insurance broker friend that she has 2 carriers that I don't have, and I have the carriers that she doesn't have. We switch business back and forth all the time.
Right.
And it could have been looked at as a threat to each other, but it wasn't. We connected and just put that aside and was like, so what do you do? What do you specialize in? How long have you been doing it? Oh my gosh, how cool. Oh, you have that carrier?
Right.
I don't have them. Oh my goodness. And then now we're sending business back and forth regularly every month.
Right, and then you have something in common to talk about.
Yeah,
too.
and we get to connect, and
right.
it's nice because you have somebody in your industry to where you can vent to if there's some problems, and it's hard to take that to your spouse sometimes when they're not in the industry. They're like, sorry?
So, yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, you get the guy look who's just like, so is that good? Or is it like, okay.
Yeah, and so it's just nice to have that companionship in your industry, and then also the challenges you face. Like, who doesn't want another set of eyes or ears to help you overcome a problem?
Right.
I welcome that.
Has this ever happened to you?
Exactly.
It's such a team building experience that people think that's saying that, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, no.
Yeah.
This is problem solving.
That's
you know what I mean? So if you get more people looking at the problem, more likely you're going to come up with a solution for it instead of it just being a line in the sand.
Yeah. What's that saying? They say conflict is just an opportunity for connection and resolution.
It's pretty good.
It's a good one.
That's pretty good.
Try to remember that.
I'm never going to remember. My phone's over there. I got to take notes.
I'll just text
I'm listening. Yeah, text it. Yeah. But I want to shift gears. And I saw on your Facebook, did you catch any fish?
Yeah, I didn't. I did not.
So how many kids did you have there fishing? Was there?
So we had 4 out of the 7. Yep. So and only one, Eliana, was the only one. She caught 6. What? Yeah, nobody else. We were switching rigs, switching bait. I was like, okay, guys, I'm going to put y'all on. We're going to catch some brimp. Nope, she was the only one. She even caught a smallmouth bass.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, man. But it was fun because it was, it teaches us. We live in such a fast world, right? We live in such a screen-focused world. So it's nice to be able to take the kids out of all of that, unplug, and be able to just have conversations because it's so easy to be like this.
Right, all day.
Yeah, and not communicate and have genuine conversations, get deeper than just, hey, how you been? It's like,
right,
what are you struggling
when
with?
When you're sitting there, you got to sort of talk because you're just waiting for the fish to bite.
Exactly.
And the reason why I bring it up is my middle son loves fishing. I am terrible. Don't put a rod in my hand. But I like the idea of fishing where you're just sitting down hanging out. So the other day, and you inspired this just by putting those photos on there.
Oh.
And he was sitting there playing video games. I was like, why don't we go? It's like 6 o'clock at night. Well, we live right down the street from Lake Hickory. Let's go fish. Yeah. And, teenager, they're very, how can I say it? They choose what they care to share, right? We were teenagers too. But they don't know that though. No. They don't know. They thought we are born.
Yes, and
dad,
just
mom.
Oldness.
Yeah, they don't care about any of that. But I tell you what, man, we went to Lake Hickory, and he was like, you want a rod? And I'm like, I don't even need a rod. But we went to Honey Pick, got some chips, got a drink, and sat there for 2, and he didn't shut up. And as I'm sitting there, I have a big old smile on my face, and I laughed, and I was just like, it was from me scrolling through Facebook, seeing you doing it, and I was like, that's nice. He might like if we did this, just a one-on-one kind of thing.
That's awesome.
And we sat there, and he just talked, but I credit you for that.
Oh.
It really, you just have no idea.
Waterproof mascara.
But I was just sitting there looking at, you and the kids, like, I don't see a phone.
Nope.
I don't see, pictures had to get taken somehow.
Daniel.
But
the better half.
Yeah, but I just thought that you know, I felt something as a father. You're just like, man, you just feel it, you know, like I need to connect a little more. And just from you posting those pictures and seeing that, and then I did that with him, and we were there for 2 hours, and he opened up and talked about it, and it was beautiful, you know, it really was. And so how often do you take, because you go fishing pretty...
I love fishing.
I was going to say, you look like you're the fisherman of the group. You're more like, you're coming.
Yes, yes, I am.
You're going to come because I want to do this.
Yeah, and I was making them fix their own bait and stuff. I do. I love fishing. But we try to always disconnect and do something with the kids and always have that one-on-one connection. Just because at the end of the day, that's what matters in life.
Right.
Is the connections that you have with people, what you give people, you know, what you're leaving behind. How are you motivating people? How are you connecting people? What's positivity that you're leaving when they think of your name? And I always try to keep that in the forefront and inspire that to my children, because we can heal the world or we can break it more.
Right.
And I don't want to be the reason why anybody else gets any more broken. I would much rather save and heal if I can.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So we do it often. We try, you know, at least probably 3 times a week to step away and do, even if it's like 15-minute walk around the driveway, or walk, you know, racing in the yard, or Nerf gun wars. Oh, we're big on Nerf gun wars.
See, the 3 boys just get it escalates completely out of control. To
like
a
WWE.
point, it is WWE. Like, it escalates. We've tried, and it's like, we're never doing this again. But yours do not do that much, I'm sure.
No, I usually will put like...
how do you do it? Like, one shot, you're out? Or how do you, or it's just when bullets run out?
We have a bucket, and every person gets their bucket, and sometimes I'll get home and there'll be a note on the door that's like, every man for himself, good luck. And there's a gun and bullets, and I'm like, oh boy, and then I'm getting pegged by somebody hanging out the window.
I can't think of a better way to come home, though.
That's pretty awesome.
Like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a rough day, and you see it on your door, like, every man for himself.
Oh yeah.
You can't help, like, right now, we're just talking about it, and like, you get a smile on your face. You're like, all right, let's go.
You're like,
dude.
game on.
Right.
And in the summer when it's really hot, it's water balloons. So I'll pull up and there's like a tote of water balloons already filled, and it's like, where are we? Good luck. And it's like, psh.
They've been waiting for you to come
That's
home.
right.
They've
They're
been
just
waiting.
hiding.
Yeah.
They're stealthy. They lay in ditches. They're getting creative.
Let's go, dude.
All right. It teaches creativity. It gets them in their mind. I mean, what can you not love?
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Water balloon fights. I didn't think that's one I should have done, because these kids need to go back to school with us, Savannah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I know. I'm ready. I love our kids, but they need to go.
Yeah, they need to go. I think it's more. Do you think it's? I think it's more just the schedule, more so than like, we need you out of the house. It's just like getting back in a routine.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, 9 o'clock's bedtime for me. And I can't hang with 3 teenage boys. 9 o'clock is like morning.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee at like 1 a.m. just to keep up with my daughter.
Yeah. Oh, you hang. You like.
I try. Try. The attempt here is try. But yeah, and it's also like, I mean, the routine definitely, I think, but it's also like having those other influential people in their lives that they can connect with outside of their own family. You know, that's so good to have. I love it.
That scares me to death, man.
Really?
Like, what scares me is not being from around here. Like, not up in Pittsburgh, where I'm from, like, you had grandparents, you had all those people there. And I always think of, like, when I had problems as a teenager, I never went to mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't. I went to uncle, or I went to, unfortunately, go to a buddy. That's the worst advice you're ever going to get. But I worry sometimes that when I put them out there and they're on their own, it's like, make good choices. Like, you know, surround yourself with good people.
Right.
And it's like, because you remember being that age.
Yeah.
And it's so hard, and you have so many questions. Your body's changing, everything's changing, everybody around you's changing, and it's like, who do you talk to when things get hard? So I try to make that fishing, those things like that, where it's like, okay, they know that they at least have an avenue of one-on-one that they can say, hey, mom, I do this, or hey, dad, I do this. But that's one of my fears, honestly, is one of those, like,
it's
who
scary.
they talk to if, you know, they have a breakup, or they have, you know, I'm sure they'll go to mom, you know, first, and you know, moms can sniff that stuff out, by the way. Like, whenever there's you, right? Like, you're like, if something's going
intuition,
on.
Mother's intuition, don't play with that. It's always true.
And she's just, she's great with it. But man, as a dad, you worry sometimes. You're just like, bro, or was it bra?
Bruh.
Oh, dude.
Bro. Dude.
Yeah, I say dude all the time,
I
but
do too.
it's the bro. It's like, no, that's mom.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing, like, this is not.
Yeah. But you can't be afraid of the
Right.
negativity that they will encounter, though, because it will make them appreciate you more, right? Because I'm sure you can think of somebody in your life that you don't ever want to turn out to be like.
Right.
That's not a bad thing to have that.
Right.
You know, it's not a great experience to go through. But character development wise, I wouldn't trade that for the world, because now you have those people where you're like, oh, you see the other side of it, you know, and it just makes you appreciate like you and your wife and what you're instilling in them so much more.
Yeah.
Because they get to see it. They're like, oh, this is why they tell me to be this way.
Yeah. And you're right, though. The only way they see that is by getting out and being in those scenarios. And unfortunately, you know, my kids, you know, kids stay over people's houses and do those things. But man, to tell you what, you have one of those bad stayovers and your kids are like, hey, Dad, can I help you unload the dishwasher? I'm like, dude, what happened over there?
Yeah.
But he was just like, that's just not how you and mom are. That's not what, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, he's not oblivious to what's happening.
Yeah,
right?
they're so smarter than we give them credit for sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. So
Sometimes.
going back to fishing.
Okay.
Have you ever went deep sea fishing? Have you ever, do you, I got sick and it's like,
So I have,
Where have you
I'll have to
deep sea-
show
yeah.
you. I had lots. I go a lot.
Do you?
I go the 8 hours. I'm like the
Oh
only
my
female.
God,
Now there
dude.
is one more girl. Shout out Julia. She went with me.
Shout out Julia.
Julia was
Let's go.
amazing. She went fishing with me all the time, and we were the only two girls on the all-day trips. And honestly, we were the only two girls on the fishing trips, period, because they had 4 hours or 8 hours. Every time we would go 8 hours. We did trigger fish. There's like, oh, there's so many. And we love it. It's bottom. I don't like to top water in deep sea. It's more fun to do the bottom.
I got you.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between deep sea fishing, bottom, and what? Because again, I don't fish at all. So what's the difference in those?
I think deep sea fishing, I get annoyed with dolphins. Everybody loves dolphins. I hate them. Fishers hate dolphins. They are the dogs of the sea. They will steal your bait. They are so smart and so fast. And then they will play with your fishing line, and you'll think you have a fish.
They're jerks, dude.
They're-
Sounds like a jerk.
Yeah, they're not fun if you're fishing. Everywhere else, you're like, oh, dolphin. I'm like, argh. So we're just not good friends. And then obviously, like freshwater, I've been noodling. You know what noodling is?
No, what is?
Do you know what noodling is?
Have you ever heard of noodling? No.
So it is catfishing with your hands.
Oh, dude, you're so awesome. That's awesome, dude.
So
That would scare me to death. So how do you?
I was a scout, so I had the bait, and I would find the holes, and I had a alligator snapping turtle get my toe one time because I mistaken the hole for that. Yeah, but you hold the bait, chicken livers, you know, whatever bait you want, and you wade through the water very slowly. And when you feel a hole, I was a scout, so I would slowly lift my hand, and the catcher would come, and they would take the bait from me and stick it into the hole, and then the fish goes, "Foom,"
And then you.
and then you yank that thing up, and usually you have another person that'll help you because they're
Sure.
they're large. But yeah, alligator snapping turtle and I met one time, and I don't think I ever want to be friends with them.
Do not recommend.
No, 0 out of 10. Very painful experience.
So where do you do that at? Where would
It was
you-
in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you can do it in any lakes, any creeks, like wherever a catfish, they get real big. You can find them.
That's wild. I would not have had that.
It
thing
was fun.
Savannah does.
I used to be I still am an adrenaline junkie. I like to do stuff. Just live and learn, you know.
Do you remember the biggest fish you've caught? I'm sure, or your favorite? Because I remember people were like, I caught this.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, I caught a so and so this size. But they always say, but
Yeah.
I caught like their favorite catch.
My favorite was a gar.
Really?
Yeah, I caught a gar and I did not mean to, and I threw my pole in. Yeah, just said nope. I had never seen that type of fish before.
They're dinosaurs, dude.
They look, might as well.
that's-
Sturgeon, gar, all the same. Yeah, they're huge. And catfish didn't scare me, but that thing did, and I just threw my pole right back in.
Yeah,
I ended up jumping over the boat and getting it, and it got off, but it scared me so much that I was like, nope.
Jen's brother, he's a big fisherman, and he'll send pictures in the family chat. And I mean, he's 6'7".
Yeah.
So like he'll be holding a gar or something, and it's like, oh, that's a big fish. But it's like you don't realize how big a fish is because he's standing there and he's 6'7". He has his arm up, and you're like, this thing is huge.
That'd be like
dude.
my whole body if
Right.
it was me.
And I was like, how do you even realize? I have so many questions, but I don't want to show that I know nothing about
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? It's
No,
just like,
you should. It's fun. People who fish love to talk about it anyways and love to share.
That's true.
Like, it's anytime you talk to me about fishing, I'm like, all right, here we go, let's go. It's just a great sport.
yeah. And have you ever done? Have you ever went up to Canada and done salmon? I was talking to a guy at one of networking actually. We
Yeah.
were just networking, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a big fisherman." And I was like, "Yeah, what was the last thing you caught?" He was like, "Salmon." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Where'd you catch?" He's like, "Oh, I went up to Canada and did salmon run." I'm like, "Dude, what was that like?" He's like, "It was crazy because you're fishing, and during the peak season, again, I don't know nothing. Fisher people don't come after me." And,
He gets a pass.
please. But he was saying he was fishing. Everyone's there pulling these big salmon out, and he's like, "There's bears." Like you can see the bears because they're there fishing too. And I'm like, "I'm out, dude.
No.
There's no
I'm done.
there's no chance." Like if you're like, "Oh," Chris, and he just said it nonchalantly, like, "Oh, somebody was over there fishing." Oh, but it was a bear. He's like, "There's two of them." He's like, "I got pictures. You want to see them?" I was like, "No, I really don't. I don't want. I'm already getting anxiety. Just
Yeah. I've read the story of Golden Logs.
right.
I'm
dude.
good.
Right. Well, Savannah, thanks for joining us. This was awesome.
It was.
It's
Thank
funny,
you.
man. I was talking to you before. We could have filmed the show
Yeah.
before we sat down.
Yeah.
Like before we turned the cameras on, we were here for 15 minutes talking about
Just
it.
talking.
But yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Keep up the great work, man. Every time I see you out and you're out there you're doing it, man.
Yeah.
You really are.
I'm just
Connecting
trying to
to
follow
people.
in your shadow,
Oh, get outta
sir.
here.
When I grow up, I want to be like you.
No.
Seriously though, if
higher.
I know someone who, like, if anybody asks me, do you know anybody? I'm like, let me call Chris.
Well,
You
I
are the
appreciate
king of networker to me, and it inspires me, and I just cherish you.
Well, I appreciate you, Savannah. Hey, you called me. You called me like with one random. I was like, "Do you know anybody that's selling this?" And
Yeah.
I'm like, "I actually do."
See? I'm like, I knew it. See?
I couldn't believe it though, like, cause you were very specific what you wanted and this price and these kind of things, and I'm just like, all the networking I do, I never really, I do. I'll connect you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just, and that's the beauty of it is when
Yes.
someone says, do you know so and so? Do you know this? It's like, give me a problem. What problem do you have?
Yes.
Because then it's easier for me to connect. Not, hey, I'm insurance. It's like, okay, you want a mortgage person,
Yeah.
you want a realtor. Like, what do you? It's like, tell me your problem, and then we can connect you to where you want to go.
Exactly.
And if it's insurance, it goes right over to you. And it's just like, well, I don't know. Does she cover this? I'm like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. She's probably told me 100 times.
Right.
But it's like my brain turns off when I'm talking to somebody that obviously knows what they're doing. My brain's like, I don't need to know anymore.
Right.
Just so when someone asks you that question, you just send them. I don't need, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's like with photography when somebody's like, hey, I have pictures up John Yang.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but John Yang.
Just talk to
He
him.
does, just call him.
Right.
Just look at his portfolio. He literally does
I was like,
everything.
have you seen any pictures of me and my family? Yeah. John took them.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, he did the
Yep.
sports, he does this. And it's
Pet.
like, right. It's like whatever you want. You have a chicken you want to get? He
Yeah.
has chickens. He'll take pictures of you holding your chicken. You know what I mean?
We need to do the Masterminds photo shoot with John. That would be great. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Okay, this is crime. Now we need to get you to see this.
This is how it went. But this is how the show didn't
Yeah.
start. Is we're trying to wrap up, but now we're
Sorry.
going. No, we're good.
We'll do that. That would be a good advertisement for John too, for all the people who know it.
So what was the move? What was the?
It's based on a true
Mastermind?
story. It is a group of people who are not the brightest crayons in the box, bless them, and they try to rob a bank. And it's really based on a true story, and it's fun. It's a great movie.
I'll have to check it out, dude. I'll have to check it out. That sounds fun. It'd be a
great
good
movie.
watch.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of those. Yeah, I wouldn't know how to handle that either.
Yeah, but
You
it has
know?
some pretty interesting photo shoot. So
Oh,
yeah.
All right, we'll check it out. Well, we got homework now. This is great. Well, Savannah, thanks for coming. I appreciate you so much. And you guys out there, man, do something for the love of the game. Throw your heart into it. Get out there and do it. Thanks for joining us.